It's time for a reality check.
We're here to deconstruct health and fitness trends and provide tangible advice so you can become 1% better with each choice starting today. Welcome back to Reality Check. We are your hosts, Jess and Jill, and the people have spoken. Everyone wants a little bit of some unfiltered thoughts from Jess and I at the beginning of every episode. So Jessica has some thoughts. So we're gonna let her get them out.
When do I not have stuff I want to just talk about?
Tell us what you saw on the internet this week, Jessica.
Oh, okay. Jordan Syatt. I don't know him personally. It is funny. I think he went to UD or is from Delaware. Has some sort of Delaware connection, but I do not know him, even though we're both from Delaware. Like me and Jillian are both from Delaware. He posted something and I was like, man, I wish I could share every single one of these and be like, yeah, same. And I feel like it kind of ties into this season of life that you and I are in right now, with literally burning the candles at both ends and kind of dying a little bit in terms of our own health, because we have this goal and this is a short-term sacrifice that we have to do in order to launch this app that we're building. And every single night we're working outside of this is an investment. It's an investment in time. It's an investment in money. It's a learning curve beyond whatever we ever thought we'd be capable of doing. And where is their time, right? We have to build time in our day. So anyway, his post was like, you seem like you do it all. How do you, it was like somebody who did like an AMA thing. And somebody asked like, how do you fit it all in? It seems like you do it all: family, fitness, business, fun. And he said, let me tell you, I do not. Like, my feed makes it look that way because I'm sharing this stuff to inspire other people for health. But like, I spend most of my time with my family because I only have limited time and I need to prioritize those, my closest circle. So I have lots of unread texts from friends and acquaintances who are probably annoyed with me because I'm not texting them back because I physically don't have the bandwidth. I'm really lacking sleep because I'm running a business and I'm trying to do this. And I have kids who are in these different sports things. And I'm chronically sleep deprived. Is that healthy? No. Do I hope you all have health? Yes. But at some points in your life, you have to make priorities and make sacrifices. And right now, this business is a priority of mine, right? So I just felt like, from like a realness standpoint, that's also very much where you and I are right now. We've shared in the past, like, even fitness wise, my maintenance right now is 2 lifts a week. And man, I miss lifting 4 days a week. I just physically, that's the bare minimum I can squeeze in. And I'm still not sleeping enough or doing enough other stuff, right? But like, we're in dire pursuit of one specific goal right now. And we need to float ourselves and just get there to be able to execute it. And once it's done, the payoff, and again, it's not a payoff for us. This is not like, oh yeah, we're starting a business because we care about the financial output. It's like, this feels like a mission in life where it's going to really impact and help so many people, where we're not going to do it. Like, if we have to sacrifice stuff in the short term, it is what it is, because it's that worthwhile for us in terms of the impact. Well, it's also just
like relative to the task or the commitment. So like, this is working with a development team. The market is moving quickly. Like, we don't have, unfortunately, with what we are creating, we don't have the leisure of like, let's do a little here. This is a busy month. Like, let's put it off later. We have a dev team that is like,
we're investing,
we need your input right now.
Like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, both of us personally have gotten HELOCs on our primary residences so that we can financially invest in this thing. Yes, our husbands are on board in our vision, and we're both pouring in, and we're both temporarily in debt completely because we are making this thing happen. And I think that there's some, I don't want to say like misconceptions, but like, if you've never started something like that, I feel like once people build a business, it's like, oh, well, that must be nice, like running this thing or whatever. I've watched you do it with Fuel, Jill, where it's like, you were a one-man show, then you hired me. Okay, then we hired some other people. Now it's a full-blown operation, but from the ground up. How many mistakes did you make to be able to optimize it as you go? How many things do you look back on and say, oh, I wish I could have done this part differently, but you had to learn it to grow it. It's funny, my daughter actually,
you don't even have time though as a business owner to like, I can't look back and be like, fuck, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't spend that money. I actually don't have the time or the energy capacity to think, man, I would have done this. It's like, this is what the situation is. What's the best next move? Like, it really is wild.
I don't know what got my daughter on this kick. She's in school, and I think one of her friends were talking about like my dad's the boss at his work, and da 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 da. And she asked me like, "How come you're not the boss?" And I was like, "Huh? Like, where's this coming from?" And I said, "Actually, you know who my boss is at my work." And we started, and she was like, "What? Like Aunt Jill's your boss?" Blah blah. Blah. And she said, "You should be the boss because then you can do whatever you want." And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, it's just like being a parent, Callie. Like, you think, ooh, that's fun. I can do whatever I want. But I'm responsible for making sure that you get fed, that our house has heat, that you get to your practices on time, that you have clothes. Like, there's a lot more responsibilities that come with more freedom, right? So a lot of people look at being the boss as, ooh, that person gets to do whatever they want. No, she's now responsible for all of us being taken care of as her employees.
Yeah, what's that meme that says like, I want to be a business owner so that I can pick whatever 26 hours in a day I want to work? Like that's literally
yeah, like that's what it looks like. Is it's not some like imaginary luxury that you can just do whatever you want. Now you have to drive the ship, and it's a pretty lonely gig. Again, I'm privy to it because I'm a close friend of yours.
Asses, yeah.
But like, no, but it's a lonely gig. I can't help you in some of these things. It's like I watch you and you have to figure it out because it's your business, right? So
like anyway, we were on the ski lift and I was responding to emails and taking a work call literally on the ski lift up to the top of a mountain on a vacation. So it is a blessing.
Because who else is going to be able to do it? Right.
Yeah.
But nobody can cover you because I have you to help me when I struggle because I have that layer above me, right? So anyway, now we're starting this app, and this is like the scariest. It's not scary. It's invigorating because we both are so passionate about it and have such a clear vision around it. However, it's completely new. It is so utterly time consuming and exhausting. And it is, I mean, our developers today were like, okay, send me the API for blah, 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 blah. And Jill's like, okay, let me go Google how to do this. Like, it's like a completely new thing where I don't know how to integrate a wearable device into something. So it's the learning curve is steep. We don't have very much time. And we thought it might be cool to share with you guys, like, okay, we're a startup company founding an app, and we don't know what we're doing. Do you guys want to hear the journey along the way? So like, that's kind of the space we're in. I've run into a couple of friends since we posted about Solvi. Yay, trademark is official. We're good to go. We can talk about it now. Since we've posted about that, since Jill posted about our podcast kind of shifting more towards functional, I've gotten a couple comments in real life where people are like, oh my gosh, you're doing a lot all of a sudden. You have this app, you have this podcast. And I'm like, well, no, this is not all of a sudden. This has been like, we've been grinding on this stuff. We've been doing the podcast now for over 2 years, which is crazy. Right. This app we've been working on for like a year and a half. So again, it's kind of fun to share the struggles that we're going through, just to be like, hey, this is real life. Real life is not picture perfect. And I'm running on like 3.5 hours of sleep right now, literally. It's not perfect, but also to inspire you guys that like, you don't have to be perfect either to chase your dreams or do something crazy. And like,
but you have these health buckets, right? So like you have these life buckets. So like Jess and I, if we have a set amount of water, right? We're pouring a lot of water into this career bucket right now. And obviously to Jess's point, there's a lot of motivation to that there, but really the driving force behind that is we have this beautiful idea. We are here to like make an impact in health and improve everyone else's quality of life. And also like the education piece that I think is lacking. Now, if she said, okay, I'm not sleeping. I'm hitting 2 lifts instead of 4 a week. Like there are sacrifices that we're making in those areas. And I'm doing the same thing. But what's important to remember is that, and one of the things that I think is so beautiful about what we do within Fueled is we help people get healthy, but we also want to educate you on how to recognize changes in your own body and what levers to pull. So for me, I was just telling Jess at the beginning of this call, like 10 days ago, I was on top of the world. My health was thriving. I felt like I was in such a good place. And this week I am dysregulated. My Garmin is like, you need 10 hours of sleep. Like you are not even recovering in 8.5. Like the stress, the dysregulation, my digestion is off. I feel the tension in my body, and I don't like, I'm not in a bad mood, kind of stressed. I'm not irritable. I'm not moody. I'm not any of those things. It's just there physically aren't enough minutes in the day for me to do what I need to do. So it's like beautiful and a blessing. And it's like really fun, creative work, but also like I've been filming 8 hours.
We're tired. So tired.
I'm exhausted. I am exhausted, but it's for all of the right reasons. So
yeah,
my point there is you have to be able to be self-aware enough to where am I pouring my energy into what bucket is lacking, and know, at least either be willing to accept the sacrifice and the payoff in the other direction, or be able to course correct and say, I've gone too far in this direction and this doesn't feel good and I need to pull back or pivot. So if you audit yourself, it's like, all right, what Jess and I are doing right now, there's no more efficient way to do it. Like it's physically,
and this is not
within our control.
And we know it's not sustainable, but we have an end date with this development team that we hired that is in October that we have to it's crunch time right now, right? So we know that it's a short-term sacrifice, but like inputs to expectations, we talk about over and over and over again with our clients. I am not over here, like Jill's not complaining that, oh, I feel so bloated this morning. How come? Something's wrong. My body's not working. She's like, no, I know exactly why. And it's because I'm prioritizing this stress stuff. But right now, that's what I got to prioritize. I also think like nobody, not just us, no one sees what other people are prioritizing or what's filling those buckets of time. So we need to let each other off the hook and not judge. Again, especially at like this stage of life where a lot of people have jobs or kids or other things, like so much stuff is going on. My priority right now, because this has bumped up in so much time consumption, any seconds I have in my day, I am spending with my kids and my husband, and we are being present and we're hanging out at home and we're playing outside.
Jess and I were just talking about how we haven't watched TV in weeks. We don't send each other shit on Instagram right now. I don't even know the last time I fucking scrolled social media. And that is like, listen, I love a good dopamine hit, late night scroll.
And if I'm doing it, it's out of anxiety. It's not in a healthy place. It's not in a relaxed place right now. But yeah, any second that I have with my family, with my kids, I am being fully present because that is the other most important thing to me right now. Unfortunately, other relationships, other like people who I do care about, just texting to chit chat. I'm sorry, but if it's not bumped to the top of the list right now, it is not because I don't care. It's because there's literally not enough time in the day. So give each other grace, right? Yeah. Like everybody is dealing with their own challenges and there's only literally so much time you can do. Or so much time you can pour into, I guess.
Well, and I brought up the phone and the TV thing too, because if you do feel like you're burning the candle at both ends, you've got to, again, be self-aware enough to say, is this a short-term thing? You know, I ask clients this a lot with check-ins. If they're like, man, I really wanted to get 3 lifts in, or I really wanted to do this, or I know I can get all 4, or I know I can track every day next week. I will take that in early stages of coaching. But if I'm like, hey, you've been saying this for weeks. We have to look at, is this a temporary season of life? And if it is, how do we adapt to fit that? Or if this is just the way the cookie crumbles, like if this was just Jess and I's job right now, as it stands with no end date in sight, I would probably be sitting down to have a conversation with her. And I know she'd be doing the same, saying, hey, this isn't going to work this way. We've got to slow down. We've got to pivot. We've got to do something because I can't live like this. But we both know, and we did, when we got on the call, we both were like, holy fuck, I'm tired. I can't eat. I can't whatever. Like, we're joking. We're not complaining to each other. We both know exactly why those things
We're both in this, and we both are accepting the consequences of this action because we also want the long-term payoff.
So you have to differentiate, is this a temporary thing? And if it is, you shouldn't be complaining about, but I'm not getting the result. Like if you can't do the thing to get the outcome that you're looking for in any context of life, not even just like weight loss, but so look at that. And then also look at, am I pouring energy out the window that I could reallocate more effectively? So I just said to Jess, I'm like, fuck, I really would love to like read a book or listen to a podcast, but like, that's literally not within my parameters right now. I had a friend who invited us out to dinner on Friday, and I did RSVP and say yes, because I was like, I got to fill that cup. Like that really feels good for me right now. That's something that'll make me happy. I'm probably going to have a drink. I'm going to complain about my sleep the next day, right? But I'll know exactly why. But when I'm looking at order of operations, typically Jill doesn't choose socializing over, holy crap, I'm tired, but like I need to fill that bucket a little bit. Most weekends I would choose to rest and sleep in.
She would choose to work more.
Yeah, I would choose to work, honestly. But I might go for a hike with my husband in the morning. We might go camping as a family, right? So like this was the year that I don't say no to like social things as much as I normally do, because I've done that for so many years with work. I'm going to Delaware for I don't know how many weeks, right? I have a flight and I don't have a return flight. My husband was like, do you want to meet me in Texas after you go to Delaware? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's go on a trip. So like, I am just being a little bit of a yes person, which is kind of silly that I made that promise to myself in this year, but
that's a healthy balance. And that's the same kind of thing I'm talking about with my family. It's like, not just family, like there's like this place where we go and listen to country music with friends. Like I've prioritized weekends of that. We invited Brett's college roommate to come visit from another state for the weekend. Like those things I'm trying to prioritize. However, for the first time in my life, I'm saying no when somebody at church asks me to volunteer for something, because I'm like, I just can't. And it's not because I don't want to. There's just only so much time and I have to make my priorities. And right now, like I'm getting none of this downtime relaxation. I need to spend that with my people. And I need to refill my cup up because I'm pouring so much into the people into my clients every single day. I pour so much. And then now I'm pouring so much into this new project and this work. Any other downtime needs to be, and you know what? You're doing the same thing. I feel like this is a very good learn from Jill's example in this one. We often just text each other absolute nonsense. And I could be texting her something where I know I'm just ruminating, or I'm texting her some nonsense gossip or something. She will not text me back right now in this season of life if it is not positive energy. And I respect that, full on respect. And I know exactly what she's doing when she doesn't respond. And I will then start the next conversation the next time we talk with something else. But she is being very, how am I spending my energy? Because if engaging about this person who just talks shit about us on the internet is filling my day, that's not adding to my quality of life.
Yeah. And also, I think that's good too. Like, I think honestly, it was funny. Jess was texting me. I don't even remember what it was about earlier this week. I don't know where I was, what I was doing, busy. There was like 85 fucking text messages by the time I got to my phone.
It's problematic. Okay.
I was not away that long, but she went full circle. She like asked a question, had a thought, talked it out to herself, and then knew my answer and was like, I'm good. You actually don't have to read anything above. That
happens with our clients all the time, by the way, where I'm like, I'm going to let her sit on this one because she needs to think through this before I hold her hand through it, because this is a learning opportunity. But actually, also, yes, that is a learning lesson for coaches, that we have boundaries for, obviously, to protect our own peace in this context of this conversation with clients. But there's also a lot of intention behind letting somebody sit through a thought. It depends what it is.
Yeah.
But like, especially if it's something we've already gone over this before and it's you ruminating on the scale or this or that, I'll give it a good 24 hours, 48 hours sometimes, depending on what the context is. And then by the time we've gotten to that mark that I've set in my head for responding, they're like, well, logically, I guess it makes sense why the scale went up 2 pounds, because I did have a drink on like 2 nights ago, and I'm getting my period in 3 days. And it's like,
sorry, okay. I got my period. I went to the gym and now I feel better. Disregard everything above. I'm so
glad you just worked that out. And we were going to go through it in a couple of days, but I wanted to see how you feel. And I'm glad you arrived at the same place I was going to bring you to.
If clients are listening to this, don't stop doing that, because it's so helpful for us to see those thoughts and hear those thoughts as they come up, so that we can help you logic your way through it if you feel like you can't yet. Because that's part of our job too.
And you might think like this is the path, and then we might help shift that a little bit and be like, hey, that makes sense. But also this is a valid reason to be a little concerned. Let's reel it in, right? Yes, please keep coming to us with it. Just know that we are being very strategic. It is not like we want you to be out there floating. It's like, no, this is a learning opportunity. Let's see how they do. Wait, there was something else that I just thought of. Oh, yeah. Okay. Listen, don't come at me with my 8,500 texts. I know I'm like that in our group chat also with all of our coaches. However, I feel like you and Brett, my husband, are the only people who are privy to that stream of consciousness that I give you. Okay.
It's my favorite, honestly.
I feel like nobody else hears back from me for a full business week when I get a text, because I'm like, oh, I'm at my bandwidth. I can't look at my phone notifications anymore outside of work.
I know.
So you should see that as a blessing, okay? That you are privy to
I
to my
do.
full stream of consciousness.
It's really it's a true journey that I think
I know.
everyone should get to experience. But anyway, I think that moral of this story is we want to do. I made a post about this the other day and Instagram fucked it up and then I had to delete it and I haven't had time to redo it naturally. So part of this also is that Jess and I did some market research, made some inquiries on go-to-market strategy because we're building this beautiful, incredible app. And obviously social media is something I sort of have gotten the hang of over time, but we needed about $10,000 to $30,000 a month for a go-to-market professional in this space. We don't have that. So we decided we are just going to share the good, the bad, the ugly along the way, everything we're doing, everything we're working on. And Jess's manifestation
We're going to let God do the rest. That's what we're going to do is happen. Like, if we keep talking about this thing and this thing is going to do good in the world, we feel like it's going to work out. And so if you guys know people who are passionate about this mission that we are on for preventative healthcare and whole person health and collaborative healthcare, rewarding providers for quality care rather than how many patients can you get in. If you know people who are passionate about that, who would like to be involved in some way, again, it's not like we're looking for I don't know. It's not necessarily looking for investors at this second. But
if you want to, I won't be mad if you call me.
That's true. We could use that. We could use that safety net would really make our husbands feel better.
Jessica.
I'm just saying, if you are experienced in launching an app, right? Like we've never done this before. So we hired this development team and we got we didn't get lucky. This is our second development team, guys. So we went through a train wreck and now we have found our prince after going through our frog. This development team is magical. They're wonderful. We have 2 to 3 hour-long calls with them a week, and they give us homework and little sprints in between of things that we need to get done. They're amazing. We had no experience with that before hiring these guys. Next, we need a go-to-market plan. So if you guys know anybody who's experienced in go-to-market, if you know somebody who's experienced in, okay, how are we going to acquire patients and providers who fit the criteria of what we're looking for this app? How are we going to market?
Don't cost $30,000 a month or you take IOUs.
Right. Like we need to figure this out in a way of people who are like-minded like us, where we're like, we are running on a dream here to help people because right now this business has no money until it's launched, right? So, okay, do we need commercials like BetterHelp has commercials on the TV? Do we need
on the TV?
Do we need influencers? Do we need people who are brand ambassadors? What do we need, right? So anyway, if you are experiencing this, we are just like figuring it out as we go. And we would love any and all connections and networking that we could possibly have in this space. We will have like a wait list up for providers and for health seekers probably within the next 24 hours.
Yeah, actually, by the time you guys listen to this, it'll be up.
Yes. So we do have a landing page. It will have a wait list. So you guys can sign up for that. If you are interested in that capacity, go through that funnel and
solvihealthapp.com. By the time you listen to this, that'll be good to go.
So I'm loving the support. I am loving the DMs. You guys, we've gotten lots of messages like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I want to be a beta user on it. Perfect. If you want to be a health seeker in the app and one of the first ones, we would love that. Specifically, our call out today is if you have experience or know somebody with experience, specifically with go-to-market on SaaS app startup, right? So that's that. Again, I just like to put it out there, and then I just feel like God just puts all the little things in place if we're moving towards something that is good. If our intentions are good, things tend to work out. Yeah, is how I like to lead life.
Absolutely. So that's our little snippet about where we're at in the Solvi process. So by the time you guys listen to this, the wait list will be up. We're going to start sharing. We're getting ready to actually kick off development. We've been working with development up to this point, but it's been designing and, mapping algorithms, which is so humbling, and just created a new appreciation for me for any app that I log into, because the action that you need to determine based on the click that you make and the scroll that you make and everything that you do within an app has to be intentional. And also we had to create the algorithm for matching users and providers in the most like whole person root cause way. Just
like we have like a 30-page.
We built this from scratch.
We have a 30-page Word document of like, how are we qualifying care providers? And okay, now what question gets asked after this? And how does this match to that? If somebody ranks their sleep a 10 out of 10, that's good. If somebody ranks their stress a 10 out of 10, that's bad. So it can't just be all on the same scale. Like literally every single tiny little detail we are like grinding on. And it's so fun. And it's so rewarding because we really do have the full vision of it. I'm excited. I'm most excited about the feature of the health foundations part. So this is a matchmaking. If you have not listened, go listen to our other podcast about Solvi. But this is a matchmaking platform to help match you to the best care providers for lots of health things. It could be a preventative healthcare thing. It could be, I want to optimize my health because, and peptide my way up to longevity. It could be, I have this specific backache and I need to find a really good physical therapist with me, but I also need to find a mental health professional. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Here's the two that would work best together, right? So it's a matchmaking service. However, and I think this is a value to the providers too. We, because this is the foundation of what we do, want to encourage people to live healthier, to actually have healthy habits day to day. So within the app, there's like health foundations. Every day, can you check off that you're hitting your protein? Can you check off that you're getting a couple servings of fruits and veggies? Did you move this week, right? All of this stuff is tied in to keep you active between doctor's appointments. And there's metrics with a health score so that over time you can see, wow, my inputs are actually improving my outcomes. And Solvi is helping partner with the providers to help patient outcomes improve because they know that these other basics are important, but that's not within their scope to have to worry about all that, right? So it's a really cool full picture thing and seeing it all come together in the way. And we have so many other layers that we have planned, but like even just this initial phase that's going to be launched is just, it's very cool. It is so cool.
It's incredible. So super excited, but also just lesson and takeaway from the episode, as always, is be self-aware, audit at all times, know if it's a temporary season of life that's really busy or if this is just life as it stands. It's not uncommon for that high achieving woman to think, all right, it'll slow down when blah, it'll change when this, I'm almost there. I just have to do X, Y, Z. Like if it's not going to slow down, be realistic, because then that's going to break you out of like any all or nothing thought processes you might be in. And then just know you have to fill your cup or your health bucket in so many different ways. And it's not always going to be perfectly balanced. In fact, it's not realistic to think really it's ever going to be 100% balanced, but
you can hit your goals.
Decide.
You just need to like maybe pursue one at a time or a couple at a time. You can't go in every direction full force at all times. That's just unrealistic.
Like I can't fathom tracking my food right now and being in like a fat loss phase, which I don't have that goal right now, but like there's 0% chance. It would not be realistic for this season of life. So those are the kinds of things to think about when you're looking at that and setting goals.
We need to do another Unhinged episode soon, or like maybe our next lab series that we have notes for that we did not go over today. I have a lot of opening things because I've seen a lot from the different housewives that have to do with weight loss, fitness, commenting on bodies. I've seen a bunch of posts recently and I've been stocking them aside for this podcast because I feel like we have lots of commentary and context to add. Some of it really awesome and encouraging, and some of it like, I don't know if that's good advice. So these people have a lot of influence. Don't listen to this. So anyway, that's that. Maybe we can touch on that at the beginning of our next lab episode.
Can't wait. And I know everyone else can either. So that is
all my opinions.
That is all for this episode of Unhingedness and Founders Files, and audit yourself and fill your own cup is the lesson today. So we hope that was helpful, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.